Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're mapping out the complete, step-by-step roadmap to becoming a shrimp farmer in the incredibly dynamic world of aquaculture. If you have ever been curious about what it takes to build a sustainable, hands-on career that literally feeds communities while working directly with marine ecosystems, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's dive right into today's agenda. We'll be covering the role and the person, your educational pathway, funding your future, working and earning, and we'll wrap it all up with success in the field. All right, starting off with Section 1, the role and the person. Now, when most of us hear the word farmer, we automatically picture tractors and massive fields of wheat. But an aquaculture professional, it's a completely different yet equally vital ballgame. The crucial thing to understand here is that a shrimp farmer doesn't just harvest. They manage the entire life cycle of an aquaculture business to produce food for human consumption. We're talking end-to-end operations. This means you're selecting the specific shrimp species, you're physically setting up the farm's infrastructure, procuring and stocking the shrimp seeds, monitoring their daily health, and eventually handling both the harvesting and the business side of marketing. It is a massive, incredibly rewarding undertaking. Because this role is just so hands-on and multifaceted, it really requires a specific kind of person. So ask yourself, do you fit the bill? First off, you've got to be patient and able to persevere through unpredictable challenges because, let's face it, Mother Nature doesn't exactly run on a strict schedule. Second, you absolutely must be environmentally conscious. Prioritizing sustainability in your daily work to protect the marine ecosystem is non-negotiable. And finally, you need to be a strong leader who can effectively manage a farm team. Successfully managing a living ecosystem requires deep patience and exceptional teamwork. Moving right along to Section 2, your educational pathway. You might be sitting there wondering, okay, but do I need some fancy PhD in marine biology just to get started? Absolutely not. There are actually multiple entry points into this field, completely depending on where you are right now with your schooling. You can jump in right after Class 10 or 10+2 with a practical certificate course. From there, you could pursue a diploma offered by vocational institutes. Now, if you want a deeper scientific foundation, you can go for an undergraduate Bachelor of Science in Fisheries Science, Aquaculture, or Marine Biology. And for the true specialists out there, you can take it all the way to the postgraduate level with a Master of Science. Basically, the pathway scales right alongside your ambition. And the really great news is that you won't be studying in a vacuum. Top-tier institutes all across India offer specialized programs to equip you with exactly the science and vocational skills you're going to need. Whether it's the Central Institute of Brackish Water Aquaculture down in Chennai, the National Institute of Oceanography in Panji, or the Central Institute of Fisheries Education in Mumbai, you have access to incredible educational hubs. We also see major programs at the Kerala Agricultural University and the Andhra Pradesh Fisheries University. You are completely supported by a nationwide network of expertise. Okay, on to Section 3. Funding your future. Let's talk numbers, because figuring out how to pay for this is absolutely crucial. Here's a clear look at the estimated course fees, which of course will vary by institute. For diploma and advanced certification courses, which usually run anywhere from 6 months to a year, you're looking at an estimated cost of 20,000 to 80,000 rupees. This actually makes entry into the field quite accessible. On the flip side, professional and postgraduate programs naturally require a larger investment of both time and money. Those run about 1 to 2 years and cost roughly 50,000 to 2 lakh rupees. But here is the best part. There is a massive safety net available to help you cover those costs. You literally do not have to shoulder the financial burden alone. Through the National Scholarship Portal, you can access central government schemes. The PMKVY offers skill development support. There are also specific schemes from the National Fisheries Development Board. And if you do need to borrow, the Vidya Lakshmi portal makes finding education loans super straightforward. Plus, tons of state governments, like West Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar, offer student credit cards with remarkably low interest rates. The resources are absolutely there for the taking. Which perfectly brings us to Section 4, working and earning. Take a look at these modern circular aquaculture tanks used to cultivate shrimp efficiently. As a shrimp farmer, this is your office. You're out in the elements. It's a highly active, field-based job that often comes with surprisingly flexible work hours. And you aren't just limited to one type of employer either. You could be working for cooperative organizations, large seafood companies, existing shrimp farms, or, for those of you with an entrepreneurial streak, you can even start your own business. So what's the actual payoff for all this hard work? Well, starting out, an aquaculture professional in this role can expect an approximate monthly income ranging from 12,500 to 50,000 rupees. Now, obviously, these figures are indicative. They're going to change based on the scale of the farm, your location, and your specific level of education and experience. But it provides a really solid, realistic baseline for what you can expect as you first enter the industry.
And here is the really exciting part. You don't stay at that entry level forever. This structured growth path shows exactly how your career can evolve over time. You start hands-on as a shrimp farmer. Then, as you gain experience and demonstrate those leadership traits we talked about earlier, you step up to shrimp farm supervisor. From there, you can oversee entire operations as a shrimp farm manager. And ultimately, many use their accumulated knowledge to reach the very top of the ladder, farm owner. It is a clear, proven trajectory from employee to straight-up entrepreneur.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, Success in the Field. I want to highlight an amazing real-world story here, Raj Paul. Residing in the Jajur district of Haryana, Raj Paul studied up to Class 10. That proves you can start right at that very first educational entry point we discussed. In 2017, he began shrimp culture on his own land, initially producing 7.7 tons. But he didn't stop there. By actively taking help from the government, tapping right into that safety net we talked about, he managed to increase his harvest to a massive 8.8 tons by November 2020. His story perfectly demonstrates that with just a foundational education, personal drive, and the right government support, tangible, growing success is entirely possible. So we've covered the educational paths, the financial aids, and the very real-world growth potential. With global demand for sustainable seafood rising rapidly, the world desperately needs experts to manage these marine ecosystems safely. The only question left is, are you ready to step up and become the next great shrimp farmer? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.